mean, who out there doesn't love stamps? But who's forgotten just how much fun you can have once you have a set of cool stamps? You could make this, and these, and this, and these, and then eventually you have to stop coming up with cool ideas so you can get this video out. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the stamps and then some stuff I learned along the way for how to use them. Let's get to the craft part. Now, the first thing you've got to do is go check your stash. So I picked this up at the store thinking it was going to be enough. I get home and I already have this one. Now they are different and I am glad I have both because I'm going to need both. But it is a bit of a lesson in check your stash first, man. Moving on to other tools. We've got knives, and then these are like your traditional lino cut knives. So they're great, but don't go out and buy them if you don't already own them. Instead, we're going to just use plain old X-Acto knives. Now this knife I found in my stash, and it's a number 17, and it's kind of cool because it's got this flat edge to it, like a square edge. The other one is a number 11, and this is a more traditional X-Acto. It's also going to work just fine for this project. Next up is, like straight edges and glue, and of course the stamp pads. All right, so stamp pads are major quality differences, and it's really up to who's using them. Like, is it you? Is it kids? What are you making here? The last step are going to be these stencils. Now, I'm doing Minecraft, but if you want to do Hello Kitty, that's fine. The techniques are the same. But if you want to do Minecraft, then you're going to want to download these stencils from my Buy Me a Coffee account. The link will be in the description, as well as any affiliate links for any of this stuff. So there's 2 pages, and the easier one are the mostly iconic mobs, pretty easy to cut out. And the harder one, it's just mostly this little fine detail, but you know what? You got this. So I can show you guys how to make these stamps. We're going to start with the easier page, and we're going to start with this little Enderman buddy. Step 1, of course, is to cut the little dude out of the template you printed. Now my stamps are 2-inch square, so you can either use the template on your little stamp pad thing, or you can just use a ruler, but you want to make each of the squares 2 inches by 2 inch. To stick the template to the carving pad, I just use some really basic craft glue, and it's just going to wash out in the end, so no big there. Okay, so we got our little Enderman dude, and here's the coolest thing. This number 17 knife, it fits perfectly into my template, my stencil. I didn't really plan this. So I'm just going to push down and cut into the shape just a little bit. You don't want to go too deep. You only want to go in like that deep because it's good enough for stamping and you want to maintain the integrity of your carving block. So with this, I'm just going to cut through all of the black. Okay, all done. Now, of course, the Enderman is one of the easiest of the stamps. We're just going to peel off the template here, and then I'm going to show you how everything is kind of nicely cut in there. And so the next step is going to be to just dig that out. Now the tan cutting block is really, really easy. It just kind of rips out, so be gentle. Okay, I want to show you how to do this with the number 11 X-Acto as well. So with this one, I would cut at about a 45-degree angle towards my up and down cut. So I do that on both sides, peeling it out very, very gently. And then do the other side. Careful at the end. Yep, pull that out. And then see how easy this stuff is to tear? Yeah, so just kind of be careful as you're doing it. And then you kind of dig that out, but you know what? I've got this number 17 and I kind of can't help myself. So we'll just clean this one up and be done with the Enderman. I'm all done with this little dude. Let's give it a stamping. Aw, hey little buddy. Okay, I'm going to take some markers that I found in my kids' room, and I'm going to finish this off with the purple eyes because I want to. And also to show you guys, like, you don't have to just leave it the black and white stamp. You can kind of finish it with color. Naturally, I filmed myself carving out just about every stamp in this template. It was kind of this like, well, okay, what's going to be some interesting footage and what's going to be, some lesson to learn. But honestly, folks, it's just footage of me cutting out stamps. And if you get it with the Enderman, you're going to get it with all the rest too. It just started feeling like a giant ASMR video. But hey, if that's your cup of tea, leave a note in the comments. Maybe I'll upload some giant hour-long video for you. Goodness knows I have the footage. One stamp I will talk about is going to be the skeleton. When I initially built the template, I didn't have the line, the border around the skeleton face because I thought it would be fine. But you can see here that it's not fine. It kind of like loses itself a little bit. So we're going to talk about the pink carving block as well as how to make this really fine line around the skeleton face. For the black line, I found it easier to just draw it with a Sharpie, just kind of freehand it, than trying to cut out based on the template. So I cut the cutting block to 2 by 2 and then just drew the Sharpie line. And then I found it way easy to just cut that and hit the corners. And then after that is when I put the template on for the little skelly. So the pink cutting block is harder than the tan cutting block. It's more stiff, it's more rigid, it's a little harder to cut, but you get used to it really quickly. They both are great. I think I might prefer the tan better, but the stamping's the same. Now that we've got all the stamps done, I'm so excited to get ready with the projects. The first projects that come to mind are bookmarks and wrapping paper. Bookmarks are dead easy. This is like school project, home project, birthday party project, you name it. I enjoyed myself immensely. I think I've made too many. I'm going to drop these off at my local library. For wrapping paper, this is a great activity to keep a kid busy right before a Minecraft themed birthday party. Or shoot, even grandma's birthday. She'd love it, right? But if you've got, maybe a more refined palette, you don't just want stamps slapped all over the place, you can definitely curate the wrapping paper. And then you add a little gift card and good to go. Oh, and who even says it has to be for a Minecraft birthday party? What about a Valentine's Day gift? What about holiday? So paper's fun, but what about fabric? So I picked up these tote bags for Halloween, but totally missed the holiday. So I've got them and I'm thinking I can just use my screen print ink because I already have it in my stash. Let me tell you what, I'm wrong. So I printed on this spare piece of fabric and this is what it looks like. It just kind of looks squelchy. Like it didn't look right. I tried a couple different ways and it never looked right. So I did what we all do and I went online and lo and behold, there is such a thing as block printing fabric ink. So go get that, right? Do you see the difference between these two? Go get that. So block printing is different than screen printing in that you're rolling the ink out using a brayer onto something super smooth like glass, and then you're rolling it onto your stencil, and then you're pressing it onto your fabric. It almost feels like stamping for adults, but the result's really cool. In the end, I liked how this still had the stampy feel to it. I know I could have gotten a little more density, but I'm okay with this. And then this would be a great, oh gosh, trick-or-treat bag, gift bag for a birthday party, or even like a reusable holiday bag. Lots of options, super fun. So I do what I do, and I hop down to the thrift store, get a bunch of t-shirts, and just go to town. So some of these are gifts, some of these for me, some of these are for you, who knows? But they all turned out amazing. Everything about this is so fun and frankly fulfilling. And the best part about the stamps with the block printing is that there's kind of very, very little cleanup. And so if somebody calls me up and says, "Hey, Bobbin, can I get that skelly on a t-shirt like you're wearing?" I can say, "Yeah, sure, just bring a t-shirt over," and pop, 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 done. Okay, and I'm also done with this video. I had a ton of fun. I made so much stuff, stamped so many things. I would love to see what ideas you come up with. So leave any comments below of some other ideas that you would have for your stamps, and happy stamping. Bye.